Hello and welcome to D-Transit, and welcome back to another This Week in Transit episode. Today's news is exclusively from the United States, as we go coast to coast covering new train sets, expansions, and more. Before we begin, if you enjoy This Week in Transit, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, here's This Week in Transit. The first of Amtrak's new Aero train sets has left the Siemens factory at Sacramento, and now makes its way to a testing facility. The first Aero train set, painted in a mint green Cascades livery, is part of an 83 train set order from Amtrak to replace Amfleet 1s on many of its routes. Aero train sets are Amtrak's branding of two separate Siemens rolling stock. Leading the train will be a Siemens Charger locomotive, either in a diesel-only, dual mode, or electric-only configuration based on its operating area. Trailing the locomotive will be multiple Siemens Venture passenger coaches, already in use by state-supported routes in California and Illinois. For electric-only trains on the Northeast Corridor, one of the passenger coaches will act as an auxiliary power vehicle, drawing power via a pantograph and providing that electricity to the leading Charger locomotive. For trains that access the third rail-only Empire connection, a battery car will be present, supplying power to the engine while diesel cannot be used and there is no overhead catenary. The full list of routes where the Amtrak Aeros will operate is seen here. In addition to all Northeast Corridor routes, Amtrak Aeros will also be used on Amtrak Cascade services in the Pacific Northwest. The first train set is headed to the Transportation Technology Center in Pueblo, Colorado, where it will undergo strenuous testing by FRA regulations to ensure that the train set is ready for passenger use. After that, the train set will make its way to the Northeast Corridor for high-speed catenary testing along the East Coast primary rail line, before being delivered for passenger service to the Pacific Northwest in 2026, where it will service Washington, Oregon, and British Columbia on Amtrak's Cascade service. In New York, Governor Hochul has announced the start of the design phase for the Interborough Express, the MTA's newest addition to the New York City transit system since the opening of the G Line in 1937. 14 miles of light rail will utilize an existing freight line that will connect 17 subway lines, 2 LIRR lines, 50 bus routes, and the outer reaches of Brooklyn and Queens. The design phase will focus on station, vehicle, and track design, as well as the anticipated addition of a new tunnel in Queens to cut the running time by 7 minutes, rather than running grade level along a road. The completion date still stands in the 2030s. In Pennsylvania, SEPTA has released more details on the potential cuts it could face if a budget is not secured by August 14th. Legislative issues and funding disagreements have left a $213 million budget deficit, which can only be solved by cutting staff or service. SEPTA has announced that if a budget is not secured by next week on August 14th, the agency will cut 32 bus routes, 20% of all rail modes, and end any special service related to sporting events. A second round of cuts would follow in January after a series of hiring freezes, cutting 5 regional rail lines, eliminating 18 bus routes, and imposing a curfew on all other rail services. The only thing that would prevent such a ruthless service cut to America's 5th largest transit system is a flow of cash from the state's capital by the end of next week. Down the Northeast Corridor, Amtrak Virginia has broken yet another record in ridership, as its state-supported Northeast regional branches continue to explode in ridership. Amtrak Virginia saw 1.45 million people in the state fiscal year of 2025, an increase of 4.8% compared to the previous year, and a record high ridership since the service launched in 2009. The Roanoke Corridor saw an increase of 6.9%, while the Norfolk Corridor carried the most of the 4 corridors, at 542,000 people. The Virginia Passenger Rail Authority is capitalizing on this surge in passenger railroad interest with its Transforming Rail in Virginia initiative, which allows the state to expand Amtrak and VRE service. Among these projects include the new Long Bridge project, which connects Virginia and Washington, D.C., as well as the New River Valley project, which will extend service from Roanoke to the New River Valley and Christiansburg. When all is said and done in 5 years, Amtrak Virginia is projecting 13 daily round-trip services, up from the current 8, in addition to expanding VRE services, as the VRE strives to become a true intercity regional rail rather than simply a commuter rail. And with that, we end This Week in Transit. If you enjoyed and want to see more D-Transit content, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and comment what news I might have missed this week. Until next week, thanks for watching and have a great day.